Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Kaiser here. Today's video is me exploring the fact that I've gone back to Wolf Tree, which you can see here. But today's video is more on my thought process, very specific thoughts I have when I'm playing a game of Arena. Now these thoughts you might not have if you are a beginner because a lot of things you still have to process. But if you are already advanced, I think these kind of thoughts and way of thinking come natural to you. So my job is just to illuminate on these things I've been thinking of, and I hope it can help you in the arena. When it comes to information when you're playing in a game, there's a lot of things you have to consider, and if you can do it subconsciously, if you can make tiny decisions in your head which come subconsciously, then you don't take that much brain space when you are trying to make split-second decisions when the pressure is very high. So this video aims to give you all the information overload you need. So you get the overload now, but then you get used to it. Then you learn to process it. Then you learn to filter it. And once you are able to process and filter it, you're able to digest the information given to you despite of how overwhelming it is and form a good plan and strategy to go around it. So as you can see here, I have a new rune for my bird, which is Energy Guru. The Energy Guru one I got from a box, which I'll show you later. Here are my updated runes and charms for my bird. As you can see, I have 2 bird, Charm of Power, Vitality, and the rest are Vitality. Same bird and the same 2 aquas you've known and grown to love throughout the season. A pure power rune for this aqua. One Charm of Power and the rest are Charm of Vitality. And like usual, leftover potion, best rune ever. 2 aquatic Charm of Vitality, 1 Charm of Power, and 2 Charm of Vitality and 1 Charm of Faith too. Shall we begin with 1 game of live testing? Okay, let's begin. Now, in the new season of Season 1, there is a rock, paper, scissors. I always choose scissors because I think scissors are the best. It is totally up to you. I have no idea of a strategy behind this. But whenever I win, I always choose to go first. Maybe it's because I am an aggro team, so I want to always go first. Therefore, I have the first move. Okay. Let's see how starting here. I have a Kestrel, I have a Show Star, I have a Nemo, I have a free return, I have 15 cards in my draw pile, and I have 0 banish, 0 cards in my discard pile. Currently there's nothing on the stack, and my enemy has 18 cards, 0 discarded, 0 in banish, and 0 energy because I'm starting first. Let me see our opponents. He has an Earth Stamp, okay. Nothing too important. Look at the charms and runes, nothing too important as well. So I will lead with a Kestrel because that will disable my enemy. I'll return the Nemo because if I return the Nemo next turn, I'll get Nemo again. And I just end the turn that way, shuffling away my Show Star. But my enemy doesn't know I didn't use my Show Star, and this is important. Now my enemy is thinking. He decides to use a Scarab, which makes it have a heal block. This is very smart because I know that next turn I'm going to use a Nemo. So he predicted that I'll use a Nemo on the next turn. And I'll lead with a Goldfish, drawing me into a Gill. And then I'll use a Gill, and really nicely predicted by my opponent, he knew I'm going to use a Nemo. Therefore, I can't even heal my front line, which was very smart. I'm checking first to see if he has any abilities which can take out my Mavis, but it looks as though he does not have any. If he has a Moon Stamp, if he has Energy Guru, if he has ways to kill my bird by a turnip, I cannot land that Mavis. So it's now back to my opponent's turn. If you see, he has 2 energy, he has 10 cards to draw, that's his draw pile, 3 discarded cards and 0 banished cards. What does this tell me? It tells me he hasn't used his Cottontail yet. Okay, my enemy is gonna use a Piranha, a Pincer, which applies bleed, and it's back to my turn. So I guess he hasn't played his Cottontail yet. So he has yet to either draw it or he has yet to either draw it. I've never seen an opponent not play a Cottontail. So it's back to my turn. What should I do? I'm looking at the history to double check. I always double check by checking up the stack, which is the history. I could lead with a Swallow, but it doesn't make sense because my opponent doesn't have any shield. So it makes more sense to just lead with a Gill, giving me a bubble boost. Boost in damage and boost in power. Then a Little Owl into the Swallow, and then a Goldfish. This is a perfect sequence so that I can draw cards. Let me see what I draw. Oh, not bad. I drew a Risky Fish. Should I heal my front line or should I heal my Mavis? I'm not sure. If I heal my front line, leftover potion gives 4% max HP. So 352 times 4%. I don't have time already. That's 15 health. Okay. So Cottontail should heal. I'll just heal the front line and I'll Risky Fish. In times like this, when you're running out of time, you should go with your gut feeling. If your gut feeling is telling you to heal the front line, just heal the front line. Times like this, you just have to trust your gut. And if your gut is wrong, and sometimes your gut is wrong, you condition it. By playing more and more games, your gut gets better and better. And if you notice, my health was on 51, so I do not die to a sword. And my opponent just gave up because I guess he tilted. Salt is quite real in this arena. Let us go into our next match of live testing. Quite overwhelming, huh? I'm just feeding you information left and right, and I'm talking really fast because that is how my brain processes. This is not a usual video of me showing how and when to play. This is more of all the thoughts which process in my head as the game goes. Okay, scissors as always, and I lost to a rock. Don't worry. Let's wait for opponent's decision. Most of the time, if they're a Blood Moon team, they will choose to go second, so I'll go first. I don't know why, it's a famous thing now to choose to go second. I'm going first. Okay, so let's see my opponent. I have a Risky Fish, I have a Goldfish, I have a Mavis, I have a free return like always because I start first. Let's see my opponent. He does not have anything too special. He does have a Cleanser though from the Sea Slug. Okay, I'll lead off with a Mavis. I'm taking a gamble that my opponent does not have a Chubby. If I'm quiet, it means that there's nothing going on in my head right now. If my opponent is thinking this long, he does not have Chubby in hand. Because if he's thinking this long, he has an initial card in his hand, and he has to choose between 1 or 2 initial cards to use. So the way I'm saying it is probably a Hungry Bird or Kestrel. Something like that. And he uses a Goldfish. Okay. Nothing too important. I'm double checking again. And look at this. You see how he has about 4 seconds and then he immediately uses the Cottontail? This means that if your opponent is waiting for more than 5 seconds and does nothing, he has a 0 cost in his hand. Okay, I'm just going to go with my Kestrel because that's free. And let me check my draw pile. Okay, I have 12 cards in my draw pile. I guess I'm going to clear this, hopefully getting something good. Oh, good! I got an early bird. And a Cottontail. Should I use it? Nah, I'll just return it. I got an extra energy anyways. Let's pass the turn. Let me look at the... Sometimes you don't have to click enter. You can just take your time and think. Sometimes those extra seconds count. So my opponent used the Sea Slug, giving himself Cleanser. Cleanser is very annoying. It goes well with Risky Fish because Risky Fish doesn't give you fear anymore if you use it initially. Pretty smart of my opponent. Oh, so earlier he didn't use Cottontail, he used a Nemo. Now he has 2 cards in the banish pile. 2 cards? Banish pile? Never mind, let's look at... Okay, that's all he used. He used the Cleanser and he used a Cottontail for the heal. That's it. He doesn't have anything else to do with the energy, which is pretty weird. Like, why would you do that? Yes, I would lead with a Guild first, then the Babylonian to a Swallow. Why? Because Swallow is useless if you use on a Pangolin. Pangolin can never gain shield, so there's no use of using a Swallow. And now I am back to the 2 energy problem. Sometimes this happens to me where I have 2 energy producing cards, but I cannot use them because they're ineffective. So what I'll do is I'll just heal my Mavis and return that. Why didn't I use it on my front line? Because I know that my front line will be safe from Shoalstar. It's gonna go above 90. As long as it's above 90, I know my opponent's gonna use 2 cards or above to kill my front line. Unless it's a Risky Fish. Risky Fish is an anomaly. Let me see my hand. I have a Risky Fish, Goldfish, Cottontail. Looking at what's going on, so you see that it's like multiple moves on my enemy. No, that's just one move. It's just hitting multiple enemies. Yeah, Risky Fish is good. I could bleed, but I want to bleed the opponent in the middle, so I just choose to do that. Instinctively, I'll choose to always apply debuffs on a living enemy rather than to get the kill. And Goldfish. The reason why my opponent didn't get bleed is because of the Cleanser, which again I say is super annoying. Back to my opponent's turn. Look at that. He uses a Risky Fish. Did he get fear? No fear because he has Cleanser. Very, very smart. Okay. I guess it's pretty obvious. Just Risky Fish and use Little Owl to clear off the enemy. Using my math right now, 50 times 1.15 is not gonna give me enough damage to kill the midline. So should I hit him with a Gale or should I Mavis? I'm thinking of Mavising. At least that stops his Kestrel. or Swallow, or Hungry Bird. All these initial cards. A summon stops all these initial cards from happening. Don't want to give your opponent the life gain. Every bit helps. Back to my turn. I have a Swallow and an Early Bird. Let me look at my draw pile. If I use an Early Bird, I will draw into a Cupid. Oh, that's nice. That's very nice. Why didn't I use Swallow? Because I know that my opponent didn't use any shield. So there's no use paying 20 life just to use the Swallow's effect. Back to my turn. Back to my opponent's turn. Oh, Kestrel. Kestrel is so good. And my opponent's really smart. Summon a Mavis in front, so that will eat my Kestrel instead of taking it to the face. My opponent's pretty smart to do that. So it's back to my turn. So I just did that. That's the only move I could. Double swords into a shield. If I get triple swords, I would have won the game. But sometimes, you know, luck goes against you. So every dog has its day, I guess. My opponent has 0 next cards. What does this mean? It means that all the cards he could potentially draw is already in his hand. That is very smart. If you notice what he just did, he did a Hungry Bird first to deal damage to me. And Hungry Bird's effect heals him before the bleed takes his life. So that's very smart. Heal 20 minus 15. No problem. So if you notice, my stamina actually went down by an extra point. That's because I played one game and I didn't record it. So then I realized, okay, I just click record again. Here we go, game 3. I hope by now you have been keeping up with all the things I've been saying to you, and you can start processing what I'm saying to you, and it's not gonna be as annoying. Scissors? Yeah, scissors are the best, I tell you. If you disagree, you can always comment, but you know, you're wrong. Okay, I have a gill, a risky fish, and a goldfish. My opponent does not have anything too important. He has a Kestrel which I have to look out for, but nothing too major. Oh, his beast is pretty good. Think I'll just risky fish for the damage? 91. That's not bad. I didn't choose to return any of it because there's nothing I want in that starting hand. Usually what I want to return are cards with effects like Kestrel, one of the many cards I would like to return. Kestrel, a Nemo, a Cottontail, or a risky fish. Risky fishes are good because they provide a lots of early game damage. Okay, a James. Okay, my opponent used the Nemo already. And then a Shoal Star. I don't know why my opponent did that. Maybe because he doesn't have any better cards to play. But once you show your opponent that you use your Shoal Star, they will memorize it. I tell you, they'll memorize the heck out of it. Like I did. I memorized it. I know he has used the energy card and he used a Shoal Star. Therefore, I am not afraid of getting my AXIE, my front line, below 90 for this turn cycle. This round, because he still have cards to draw. Look at the cards he has to draw in his draw pile. He has 9 cards left to draw in his draw pile. That would mean I have many turns before Shoal Star gets me. Looking at the stack, he uses 2 attack cards only. I always look at the stack, the history, if there is a Swallow in my hand or if there's a Kestrel in my hand, you know, just in case. The reason why I didn't use Swallow and I just used the Guild is because I know Swallow alone is not enough to kill a Pangolin at 81. So this is just basic sequencing, and I always like to land a debuff on the midline on a living AXIE rather than use the Cupid to kill someone. I left my AXIE at 53 health because I know a Swords cannot kill it, and I know Shoal Star cannot kill it because he has yet to draw Shoal Star. Look at his draw pile, he has 1 card in his draw pile. It means only next turn he has a chance to redraw Shoal Star. And okay, here's a very cool tip. Every time the deck resets, you will draw into a revenge card. This is a theory of mine. If you can prove it, please prove it for me because I really want to be right. I have always drew into a revenge card every single time I refresh the deck. This is so annoying, but after a while I kind of get used to it. Just the first card though. The second card doesn't seem to be affected by it. It's always random for the second card. I guess it's quite obvious what I should do now. Sometimes I appreciate having a 0 cost skill because I know that I'm going to get a 0 cost revenge card. And if it's a 0 cost skill, it'll be a 0 cost 15 shield. And sometimes the shield helps me win games. So that's always things to be grateful for. Okay, he took out my mid line. And this guy in the mid, so aggressive. Sadly, I cannot punish the mid line for doing that because I don't have a moon stamp on my Castrol. If I do have a moon stamp on my Castrol, I might be able to punish him. So what I did is I used the revenge and I hit him once and then I returned the Castrol. Why did I do that? It's because I want to set myself up for a 1v1 in which he is locked out of the game. That is if I can survive this. Ugh, I don't survive this. Sometimes you just get hit by a really painful threat. Especially those beasts with Reckless Hunter, really strong. Let's go into our very last live testing for today. Game 4. Always scissors. Oh man, Jengski. You like scissors too, huh? Try again. I guess we're not giving up. And I don't play mind games with my opponent. If you're fighting me, just assume I'm gonna use scissors. If you ever see me in the arena. But if you see me use something else, that is because I'm actually preoccupied and I couldn't think straight and I didn't click on time, so the AI chooses for me. Okay, double goldfish and a Babylonia, one free return because I go first, as expected. Most of my opponents like to go second anyways, and I used Babylonia because I want the debuff to work, and I returned the goldfish. The goldfish I return is the midline one because that goldfish hits harder than the one in the front due to my rune. It looks like my opponent is playing a sustain team. A team which is focused on reflecting, healing, and reflecting. Pretty solid team, especially in the early seasons. So should I use a Castrol or should I use a Risky Fish? Risky Fish deals a lot of damage, but Castrol is much safer. I think I'll just go Castrol into a Risky Fish, and I'll just pass the turn. So we can see the draw pile from 13 to 8. Yeah, he drew 5 cards. Every player draws 5 cards. It's like basic knowledge. Okay, he played 1 card. What card is that? Let's check the history. Shall we check the history? Is it important to check the history? Sometimes I don't check. If I'm very confident about something, I don't check. Looks like I have enough to play all 4 cards. Okay, let's check the history. Oh, the secret comes on the back line. So it's probably a Scaly Spoon or Indian Star. So I will be reflected by half of the damage I deal. I guess that's fine. Half of the damage dealt to the shield. Yeah. Did I use the Cottontail to the Shoal Star? I can deal some damage in. I could just pass the turn. Yeah, I choose to pass the turn. Sometimes I don't want to show my enemy that I use the Shoal Star, so they don't know. They'll be like, oh no, will he draw Shoal Star next turn? You know, you wanna make your opponents feel uneasy. That way they cannot just predict you and like number out your moves. Oh, that's 3 cards he played. Okay, 1 secret and 1 secret. One from the front line on himself and one from the mid line on himself. So that will be a pumpkin and a gravel ant. There are no other secrets to play. First thing, I immediately use a swap. And because from the mid line gave a gravel ant means I'm feared. I think I can use a clear. I can try to hope to get a card, which is good. And this card's good. Early bird draws me into the Nemo because my draw pile has the Nemo and something else. Wonder what it is. And I got lucky here. I drew into the perfect sequence of cards. As much as I want to say lucky, it's more like I know I'm going to get it also. I had a feeling that I'm going to get it. And this feeling gets stronger and you can tune it so it gets sharper the more you play in the arena. And this feeling, I'll just call it intuition. And your intuition gets better the more you play. So just play more games, guys. Okay, looks here like you summon the Clover. And that's it. There is no shield on the Clover, neither is there a shield on the midline. Therefore, I'm free to use Castrol if I want to, which is a very safe play. Because if I were to use a Risky Fish, I don't think I have enough damage to get the opponent's life down to 90 for Shoal Star to work. So I guess this is fine. Normally now my mind is blank until my opponent plays something. Okay, that's a card. That's another card. Am I saying obvious things now? Yeah, that's another card. So 3 secrets played. Let me see what secrets are they. 1 revenge card and 2 secrets. Okay. The revenge card is also a secret, but it's just a shield. It says secret, but it's secretly a shield. If you know what I'm saying. And then I use Risky Fish to clear the midline. And then Gill into Nemo. Sorry, into Cottontail into Goldfish. Oh. Okay, GG. Good game. So those are the live testing. Now, to the fun part. It's just a montage of me trying to get as many good runes as possible. So first things first, let's disenchant. Since it's a new season, right? We're gonna rewind time a little bit. 46 runes and charms just for 4,100 moon shards. So sad. That feels like a scam. I feel cheated. Didn't we do all those disenchanting videos and calculated that we're gonna get like what? 16,800? Okay, not bad, not bad. We got a choice box and a choice box. Another choice box. 2 boxes. 1 for runes, 1 for charms. And we're level 2. Oh, it's not level 3 to basic craft. It's now level 2. Well, that's a blessing in disguise, I guess. Shall we start crafting and hope for the best? Bug charm of power. I don't own bugs. Stop giving me bugs. Okay, pure skill is okay. It's a rare rune. We take all the rare runes we can get. Oh, Vault Builder. Vault Builder is good. Also for bugs. Oh, Moondust basic because of the level up. And Charm of Faith too. Neutral rare charm. Let's use this Moondust, shall we? Nah, let's just craft. Pure skill. Okay, we take all the rare runes we can get. Oh, pure power. I'm gonna use that. Reptile, Charm of Vitality. Okay, I don't use a reptile, but okay. Bug, Charm of Endurance. Reptile, Charm of Vitality. At least I can sell that in 7 days. Another pure skill. Now we get this if we reach Chick, which is not so hard to achieve. Don't worry guys. You play well, you watch all my videos, you can definitely hit Chick level, Chick rank and get that. Now out of the choice box for the rune, common rune, I would go with Leftover Potion because that's the best thing to use on my front line as for now. And a lot of teams use it. It is like the most used rune. I got myself a few vitalities. To me, health is more important than power. I hope you think so too. Shall we continue with crafting? Okay, let's do that. Now, a new strategy I have, this is no proof, I have no facts to go with it, is that instead of spamming all the potions in one craft, Bird Charm of Power, not bad. Choice Pack, Rare Stat Charm? Oh, okay. Instead of putting all my potions in one basket, like 3 potions in one craft, oh, Plant Charm of Faith, not bad. I just do 1 at a time. Bird Charm of Focus, okay, it's not bad. So doing it 1 at a time increases the quantity. Oh, okay, Charm of Power, not bad. Increases the quantity that I will craft a good charm. I don't know, there's no proof with it. Just want to say it so that you understand. Oh, Bird Charm of Power, not bad. Okay, let's open our choice pack for our rare stat charm. First thing I want is probably the aqua one. If I can choose any stat, I would definitely choose the aqua stat. But these are the choices you can have. Pretty cool, huh? Sky Mavis is giving us like a free wild card in terms of stat charms. Okay, let us continue with basic Ronin A. Always go A, don't go B. Unless you're rich, super rich. Pure skill. How many pure skills is that already? Okay, 1 more. Let's go. Oh, this is nice. Aquatic Charm of Vitality. Charm of Power. It's not bad. I can put it on a Risky Fish, deal more damage. Ooh, Focus though. I don't have a bird with. Oh, another pure skill. It's okay. We can take all the pure skills. No, we can open up a shop selling pure skills. Get some money back. No more utility material. Let's just go. Okay. Bird Charm of Focus. Still nice. A rare rune box and a Moondust potion. Okay. Ooh. Now my choices are Pangolin Scale, Energy Guru, and Hearty Warrior. Hearty Warrior, Energy Guru, Pangolin Scale. These are the most expensive rare runes in the market right now. Well, not right now, it's not available until 7 more days, but in 7 days time when you mint, these are the 3 most expensive runes before the patch. After the patch, things might change. I think I'll go for the Energy Guru. I have a problem against summon. My opponent summons too many mushrooms, clovers, mavises, and robins. I cannot win the game. They'll just gum up in front of me and take all the hit. But if I get Hearty Warrior, my midline Aqua can deal so much damage in 1 hit. I remember last time with a Risky Fish, I can hit up to 112 damage. That's a lot. A Pangolin Scale, if I get it, it's really good. I have to buy a new beast though. Or I can just use the mascot for this entire channel, Hams. Hams is pretty good, I guess. I think I'll just go with Energy Guru. Energy Guru. Now we're level 5. Let us try our first intermediate Ronin A. Pure skill. I guess at this point I'll just have to embrace what I get with what I get. Okay, we have 2 more chances, you know. We can always turn this around. Crafting level 5 as well. Basic Moondust. Let's go. Oh! A Plant Charm of Vitality too. That's good money. Yes! Yes! A feather fan! That is a mystic... No, that's not mystic. I'm just being high. That's an epic charm for a bird. It's not bad. Always wanted one. Now I get to test it to see if it's good. Let's quickly equip the feather fan, which we just got, on early bird, because that's my most favorite move out of all the bird cards for now. Kestrel has its place, but for now it's early bird. Need to switch favorites from now and then, from time to time. Okay, one last craft for the road. Oh, okay, that's a rare rune. Wicked Ward, a dusk rune. It's not bad. We accept all non-neutral runes. And that is it. If you like this video, please remember to like and subscribe. I'll see you guys again soon. Take care.